All right, we're back. It is now time for the read.
It is. Do you want me to go first?
Why not?
Or... Okay, so earlier you brought up Kathy Griffin and this video thing that she put out that honestly I didn't even watch because I did not care. I just saw Donald Trump's burnt dead head, severed head, and I was like, well, this is art.
Yeah.
This is great. Mm-hmm. Are there prints? You know, is this on Society 6? Can I get a throw pillow with
anything?
This is obviously gorgeous. But to my surprise, there were a lot of like liberals and Democrats who were like all up in arms and like, this is awful. This crosses the line. This is so wrong. And we're better than this. My goodness, when they go low, we go high. Bitch, look at what the Republican Party is doing to this country right fucking now.
Break it down.
What you mean go high? It ain't no such thing as too low of a jab at Donald Trump right now. Look at what this bitch has done.
Is doing.
Look at what he is currently doing. Are you fucking kidding? Y'all are mad because this comedian, and any other time you quick to be like, oh, well, comedians, you know, they say what they want and artistic expression and free license and all this. You know, and this whole, well, you know, let's be morally superior. Let's be right. You know, let's make sure that when it comes down to it, we're behaving better than they are. The Republicans are not giving a fuck about your little bullshit etiquette rules. They are pissing all in the sandbox directly in your face while you and your children are sitting in it and y'all are sitting there and taking it. Like the Democrats in this country have no real spine to stand up to the Republicans. Like the fact that we know, I feel like every last one of us who actually reads or listens to the news knows that Donald Trump's or somebody extremely close to him has been colluding with the Russians for months. And we are all just sitting back and letting that the fuck happen. Like, why?
Just hanging out.
Like, just no big deal. Just, you know, whatever.
See what happens.
Jared Kushner, you know, back channeling into Russia, but who really, no big deal, you guys. Who cares? Trump's son-in-law is all of a sudden a senior advisor and his kids have fucking security clearances and Ivanka is speaking for the nation because Trump is too tired. Bitch, what? What are we? And y'all are mad over Kathy fucking Griffin, but that's not even my read. So, Melania, who, you know, tried to gain some brownie points with the internet by refusing to look Trump in the eye or touch him.
Amazing.
You know, girl Melania, she's had her moments. You know, she put on a $52,000 Gucci coat or whatever.
I was literally going to do this.
It was like, oh, well, you know, just signing a cute little small thing. But anyway, this bitch or whomever, I'm certain she didn't actually even say this, much less write it. But she said, as a mother, a wife, and a human being, that photo is very disturbing.
Okay.
When you consider some of the atrocities happening in the world today,
oh, the nerve.
A photo opportunity like this is simply wrong and makes you wonder about the mental health of the person who did it. This is so ironic that I read it and I think I blinked. Like, I'm sorry, is that from Melania Trump, Donald Trump's wife? Like the current president of the United States wife? Because if we're talking about some of the atrocities that are happening in the world today.
I mean, most of them are pointing right back to y'all.
I mean, your husband starting a whole lot of the shit, girl. Let's not talk about the same man who right now is trying to gut health insurance so that him and all of his rich-ass friends can get richer and millions of children and parents will not be able to afford to go see the fucking doctor. The same man who said during the campaign, like this video came out during the campaign right before the election that he grabs women by the pussy because he's famous and he can get away with doing that. Are we talking about, I'm sorry, are you married to that same person? The same man who has, since he has been inaugurated, has emboldened so many racist and hateful ass people across the country. And in fact, just last week, 2 actually decent white people were murdered because they stood up to some crazy Trump ass lunatic fan who was harassing these Muslim girls and got killed in the process. Are you fucking kidding? That same husband on the first day of Ramadan talking about, oh, you call it terrorism, I call it patriotism. Your husband has emboldened people, American ass racists, to get up and do shit like that in this country today. While we're talking about atrocities happening around the world, they're happening right here in America. Your husband is responsible and he ain't said shit about it. Bitch, are you fucking kidding me? Are we talking about Are we talking about the same man who got on TV at a rally and was mocking a disabled reporter and started changing his voice and mimicking somebody who can't really articulate that well and flapping his hands around like he's in 5th grade? Like, this is a grown ass man who's making fun of a disabled reporter, and for years on Twitter led this entire birtherism movement against President Obama to the point where he released the short form and the long form of his birth certificate, and only just now was your husband finally like, okay, yeah, I guess he was born in America. Your husband led this whole racist ass, all of it. He was behind the whole thing. And we supposed to give a fuck now that Kathy Griffin put his burnt ass head in a picture? Bitch, really? Ted Nugent called Barack Obama a subhuman mongrel. A subhuman mongrel. It's hard to get more racist than that. You called a black man a subhuman mongrel, said you wanted him and Hillary Clinton both dead, and got an invitation to the White House to take selfies with Trump and have lunch. But you want us to give a shit that Kathy Griffin made a video about your awful ass fucking husband. Your lonely ass, greedy ass, hypocritical little fuck shit of a husband who is going to let all of his insecurities and his big ego get us all fucking killed. And you want us to care about Kathy Griffin and her fake burnt head and the fact that your little shit kid saw it. No one cares. No one cares. Fuck all of y'all. That's it.
All right. Well, I was actually going to mention that I've seen a lot of people, I think AOL or somebody had a headline maybe yesterday that said Melania is getting fashion revenge. And I saw these headlines about her jacket and all of this type of stuff. And I just want to remind a lot of y'all who I have been seeing, again, liberal Democrats and people who claim to be this, who are lifting Melania up as this fashion girl now. Just because she smacked her husband's hands away a couple of times, yes, I live for that, because at this point, I live for anybody who's shitting on Trump or, participating in his destruction.
Right.
I still don't see it from Melania. I don't live for her, and I'm not going to be out here yes-mamming her over no fucking jacket.
Literally
I just
never.
don't, I don't give a fuck about all of that until she actually writes and publishes the book, putting all his business out there saying Trump can suck my dick. I don't care about any of that stuff, so please keep it.